think doesn't count.
I'm one day ahead. I get to cheat along the way. I have that mastered to like one big drink, which is 2 sips, equals like 12 calories. I usually cook for like 2 or 3 days so that when I don't look busy like this, I can actually be busy. And I totally screwed up my egg cracking, which is awesome because now I get to fish eggshell out. So go me. Real efficient, man. I like brown sugar because a pinch just isn't that bad for you. I've always been a Tony Chachere's fan. Justin Wilson was big when I was a kid. It was like the Baptist version of how to get wasted while you're cooking because he always used a little more wine. But this is no salt. I have this stupid theory that if I stir my sausage or my bacon and go back into the eggs, that whatever flavor is caught on the pork will go back into my egg bowl. I know there's all sorts of
I'll stay in the same while crowning the earth. Right to stay healthy, burying the truth.
We're about to put on the sausage and it will be real good.
Tear-flowing doctrine, tyrannical veins, stories of castles and kings' remains. Why did it live? Did you punish the world for goodness reception or open the doors for shy recessions? Out, saddle up, stand in line, but dying without trying is the welfare of mine.
I was in Washington, D.C. last year, and I'm sitting at the Henley Hotel at a grand piano, and I'd written a song. It's on my header. It's in my profile box of my Facebook page, and it's called Right Here, and it'll be awesome. It's in the studio, and it's produced up, and it's mastered. And I wrote this song about a friend of mine that was dying in Duncan, Oklahoma. And when I got to Washington, D.C., and I sit at this piano, this new aura was brought to life. And it was my friend fighting brain cancer. And I fell in love with the song. And when I fell in love with the song, it created this new sound, this tone that was wall to wall inside of the Henley Hotel. And the management came out, and they gathered around the piano, and the waiters and waitresses and even the cooks in the back, people started kind of sticking their heads out. And when I finished, the manager looked at me and she said, I want to buy your CD. And I'd never had a moment like that by myself. I'd always had like a big group and a cappella singers and this whole world perpetuating around me. And it was one of the most beautiful moments of my life. I had a teacher, and she said when the line bottlenecks, or when the ebb and flow bottlenecks, you have something. I'll never forget that. I was on an airplane one time, Chicago O'Hare, and the air conditioner broke down on the airplane, and the people were pissed. People were just getting shitty all around us, and a friend of mine had a pitch pipe, and he blows the pitch pipe. He gives us a starting note, and we start singing on an airplane. And we watched this entire airplane turn to smiles, and people that were seemingly about to rise to what we would call a violent situation, or a situation that requires a federal air marshal to intervene, maybe the Department of Homeland Security. Things that really scare people today weren't as scary in the year 2000. But the point is, the music carried all of the nastiness out, and when they got the air conditioner fixed, they fired up the plane, and we took off. It was fine. It took an hour and a half. After taxi out on the runway of just being in a holding pattern, and it wound up being between a 3 and 4 hour delay altogether from the time we got to the airport, onto the plane and boarded the plane, and then finally out of there, fixed and out of there. Always scary too when you like have a problem on the plane and then they're like, we're gonna fix it right here. You know, like a street outlaw's car that breaks down. We got one more race. That's a quarter mile. Man, we're flying like 1,000 miles. Kind of scary.
I reached out, I breathed in with what I could. I fell to my knees, I knew that I've been broken from the inside, covered in all myself. I took one more breath, I found the first and the last. Laid at your feet, I did. I told you I can do this, covered in all myself. Deep I am, you're calling, and I'll cry to the